Okay, we are live here on the Off the Cuff show. It's Masai Lincoln back here with my younger brother for the first hour, and then for the second hour, I think, touch wood, even though he's very unreliable, Ben should be in for the second hour.
Well, I can stick around for a bit later if I have to.
I think he'll be here. Well, if you want to stay for like 10 minutes, and then he can take over from the place. But if not, I'll just end it there. But yeah, we're back. I feel like, to be honest, I haven't really been doing the show much because I've been on holiday and then I've gone back to work.
Where'd you go again?
Sorry?
Where'd you go?
So I went to Ibiza for a week.
Oh, nice.
Then I went to Prague. Then I went to Milan.
Oh.
But then I didn't do it last week because I was back at work. And then I done it the week before with my friend Lizzie. But yeah, because I was thinking you probably haven't done it for ages.
I ain't been here. I think like the Euros might have been on, or might have just happened.
No, I think, yeah,
it might have been, maybe, what was like a big UFC card? Maybe I came on before a UFC card. Maybe 305 or something.
What was wrong with 305?
I think it might have been, no, not Pereira, like Yuri.
Pereira, no, that was 303.
Yeah, I can't remember.
That was in like June, July.
It might have been that one then, actually. It might have been that one because that's not that long ago.
That's when the Euros was on during that. That's when England played.
Right, it might have been after the Euros happened. But
maybe,
either way, I ain't been here in ages.
Yeah, no, but it's good though. It's annoying. I done it the last time I done it, the sound was a bit messed because I was rushing, and then it took me ages to set up, and then I was rushing, and then I had like the because it was hot as well. I had the windows open, and the mics, because of obviously the things were broken. This wasn't placed very well, and you could just hear all the cars and stuff like that. It was just so rubbish. But but this is much better having the seats out.
So is this the first time you've done it like this?
No, I've done it a few times.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I thought so when I saw like a video came off my For You page of like you and Ben. It looked like you was in a different angle. So
yeah, it's annoying because I think when you sit on those seats for like longer than an hour, it does get quite like your back.
Yeah, that's why
and being up on those sort of chairs, I don't really like those chairs anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's definitely better to be sort of sat here. It's more relaxing kind of, and you can do like longer time as well.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, have you been? I was gonna say, are you gonna be watching UFC? Have you like been following any of it this week?
Yeah, I watched all of Embedded. Episode 5 ain't come out yet.
No, it hasn't. Because obviously they have the weigh-in. They had the official weigh-ins a few hours ago, and then they're going to do the ceremonial weigh-ins. So I'm guessing, and they had the press conference last night, so they'll probably do episode 5 probably now. So maybe I wouldn't be surprised
it should come out like literally now.
And then they'll do episode 6 early in the morning tomorrow.
Yeah. But I've been following it. I've been seeing very small clips of like the press conference, some highlights there. Like
I didn't watch the press conference. I saw some clip with
Pena and Harrison had a bit of a thing. I think that's the only.
Yeah, because they've got beef.
But no one else is going to really talk. I mean, like Pereira doesn't really talk like that.
That's why I didn't speak
Roundtree's a respectful guy.
Because he doesn't speak English either.
As well, it's never, it's not a thing for him. So
yeah.
But I mean, I'm excited for the fights. Aldo's fighting.
Who do you think's going to
win? In the main event, I do see Pereira. I mean, it's hard not to see Pereira win.
I think Pereira's going to win, yeah.
For a matchup, it's like, they both strike. Pereira's got this unreal reach, and he's just an unreal kickboxer. It's like, and especially, I mean, if you're committing to not shooting as well.
Well, people say that, but then sometimes they do. So
I know, but like, I mean, I have like reflex as well, just like habit, whatever. But like,
he's never shot a takedown in
his career. So like, he's probably not like.
But he is a good grappler. Though,
but Roundtree probably ain't gonna shoot, right? So like, it's almost a kickboxing match, isn't it? And it's just against Pereira. That's probably one of the hardest things to do.
I think Pereira's going to win.
But I don't think it's going to be as dominant as, like, say, I mean, obviously, Jamal Hill was round 1. You know what I mean? Yuri was round 1, or I started round 2. Yeah. I don't think it will be like that. I actually think it could even go into, like, the 3rd round.
Yeah, I've kind of think the same. I think it will sort of go on a bit. I wouldn't be surprised if it went to a decision. I actually said
that's
Pereira
what I mean. Depending on the odds, I might stick a bet on that because, like,
Pereira to win by decision is like 10-1.
Is it?
Yeah. I mean, he's already had, I think, 2 fights in the UFC go to a decision.
Yeah, but sometimes when you just got 2 explosive like strikers,
they can cancel each other
out, and then that just sort of happens. Like
definitely.
Yeah, so I feel like that could actually happen. So I'm still excited. If I'm up, I'll watch. Actually, no, I'll be out.
Well, I'm working on Sunday, and I don't know what time I'm in on. So if I'm in at 10, like regular time.
Oh, and I'm not even here. I'm not even gonna be at home.
So you're probably
staying at my friend's Saturday night, and I've got a football match. So I can't even like watch it the next
day. I'm probably gonna watch the last 2-3 fights and go back to sleep because I've got work. So I won't be watching the whole thing, but
I might end up having to just like know what happens and watch it kind of thing.
It's annoying. I missed the one time it was on at a good time last week. It was in Paris, but I was out, so I missed it.
Really?
Yeah, and I watched it the next day. It was good.
Wow.
Moicano beat Benoit Saint Denis.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of. Yeah, I saw all that stuff.
I love Moicano. It's mad. He's actually won 4 fights in a row.
Wow. Yeah,
Yeah.
nah, Moicano, man.
I love Moicano.
300 put him on the map, I feel like. Wait,
No,
was he on that?
no. To be honest, what put him on the map because he was always a good fighter, and people like but when he fought better guys, like when he fought Jose Aldo, he got beaten up, and then he would win a fight, lose a fight, win a fight. But it was 2 years ago when he fought Brad Riddell. So ironically enough, the first time Pereira and Adesanya fought in the UFC, it was on that card. So Brad Riddell was Adesanya's teammate. He fought Moicano. Moicano was an underdog, and he finished him. I think he knocked him out actually.
Wow.
Or he might have tapped him, but I know he finished him. And then he did that whole thing. It was like Moicano wants money, but that was the first time he had done that before.
Oh right.
So it sort of not released a new character, but everyone was like, "Oh, where's this guy been?" And he's been in the UFC for years, and he's been doing all these mad sort of speeches after, and he's beat loads of top lightweights. So now he's like, kind of he's in the top 10 now, I think. So
wow.
yeah, but I think they're gonna match him up with Paddy next.
Interesting. Who was Paddy's last fight again?
Bobby Green.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It's getting more serious and serious every time Paddy fights now. Because like before, he was just like he was a bit overhyped. He didn't really fight no one. Now they're actually giving him good opponents. Like with Bobby, I can't even say like. Oh,
well, yeah, I think he was the underdog against Bobby Green.
Yeah. So yeah, it'd be good to see Paddy just keep matching up against better guys.
Yeah, I want to see him sort of level up now, just to sort of go up to the division sort of thing.
Because my whole thing was before was just like he's not like
he wasn't beating it. Like
they're saying he's like not like the next Conor, but like he had the hype and he was
yeah.
But like
and then I think with that Jared Gordon fight where pretty much everyone thought he lost.
Yeah, he lost and all that stuff. So I thought like, okay, well let's just keep putting him against better and better guys. So that's what I want for Paddy. That's what I want to see from him.
Yeah, 100%. And lightweight is so stacked as well.
Yeah.
And it's funny because you look at Benoit Saint Denis. Before when he knocked out Favola nearly a year ago, and then it was like, oh wow, when he fought Poirier, everyone was like, oh my god,
this guy's gonna get,
he's gonna
feeding him
Poirier,
to the wolves, yeah.
And then Poirier knocks him out.
That was mad.
Which was insane. Which is obviously there's no like I said Poirier would win, and Dustin Poirier I think is one of the greatest lightweights ever, and then no shame in that. But then he fights, who is it, Moicano last week, and he just got obliterated from start to finish.
I saw his face after one round.
Oh, it was so bad. It was a 10-8 round, and then the second round he kind of took off. Moicano didn't sort of rested, but then the doctor wouldn't let the third round happen because he couldn't see. Like, his eyes were so battered, like he couldn't see at all. So yeah, it was mad. It's funny how quick this can change, especially when you have these divisions that are stacked.
Yeah. Like they come up to get to the top. You really like everything just has to go right for like 5 years straight, basically. Not like obviously you're gonna have setbacks here and there, but like to get to the top. Yeah, you really just have to be on this sort of. You have to steamroll it basically because one fight you get knocked out,
it can
and then
all
the next
change.
fight you might have like a bit of a boring run. I don't know, and then you don't get a great matchup the time after that.
Well, yeah, look at Sean Strickland when he got knocked out by Pereira, and then he that was in July, and then he fought Cannonier at the end of the year 5 months later in a fight that I thought he won. He loses that, and then it's like, oh my god, Strickland was sort of in and around the top 5, and then he takes 2 fights on short notice, wins them both, and then he gets the title. So it can all change with
so quick,
with 1 or 2 fights sort of thing. So it's all very. It seems like it's over, then you're completely back 100%.
Yeah, that's a good thing about a fight game. That's probably one of my favorite things about MMA in general as a sport. Is I personally, I mean, obviously, it's probably the sport I watch the most, that I know the least about compared to other stuff. But like, I would feel least confident betting on a big fight than I would like a big football match or tennis match or anything else. Because with fighting, I don't know, I just think if you put 2 people in there in the same weight class, literally like anything can happen kind of thing.
I think that can happen with football. I know what you mean, but anything can happen.
Yeah, but with like football, for example, you might say like I don't know, if you City against, I mean, who are they playing? Fulham. You might say that City's attackers are better than their defenders, but then you never know. They might lose a midfield battle on the day, and then you see what I mean? With a team, there's more chances of things happening.
Yeah.
But like with one fight, you just never
and
know.
also
that's what I like about fighting.
The unique thing about fighting as well is, in a say a team sport like basketball or football, or whatever, if you're losing 4-0 and there's 1 minute left, it's over.
Yeah.
Whereas you can be losing the whole
like
fight.
Dead in a fight.
You can just knock somebody out.
Dead
in the
stand,
last,
dead man walking, and then you can just throw something and it
exactly.
Can happen,
So yeah, that is something else about it where you can.
It's just more unpredictable. I feel like.
If you make one tiny mistake, even when you're cruising to a victory, it can all just sort of be over. Kind of
thing.
Yeah, that's what's most interesting about it. 100%.
But yeah, I'm excited for this weekend. It's going to be really good.
It is going to be good.
I think Who else is fighting?
To be honest, the fight I'm looking for, I think obviously I'm looking forward to Roundtree Thingy, Pereira, but I'm really looking forward to Pena versus Pennington.
Oh, you reckon?
Oh yeah, because I love Pena. She's one of my.
You bet on that one?
Yeah, I've actually gone for the underdog. I've gone for Pena in that one.
Right.
And I love Pena, and they've got beef because they were on the Ultimate Fighter together like 12, 13 years ago.
Oh right.
And they didn't get on then, so they don't like each other, and they've got beef. So now she's the champion. Pena was the champion before.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah.
Now they're gonna fight, sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah, a bit of a grudge match.
And I would love what I would want to happen. I would want Pena to win, and then she calls out Nunes, or she calls
to come back.
Yeah, because obviously.
Yeah, I feel like no one believes that Nunes is.
I think Nunes will come back if Kayla Harrison is the champion, or let's just say Pena wins the belt, or whoever wins the belt, Pennington or Pena, and then Kayla Harrison wins tomorrow as well.
Yeah, it'd be good to see Kayla against Nunes because they're both beasts.
And they used to be trained.
Yeah,
they were teammates for years.
I want to see two because I'm not gonna lie, with Nunes, any fight that you watch of her, it looks like a mismatch. It does kind of look like a bit of a guy, like a guy fighting a smaller guy kind of thing.
And that's why it was so surprising when Pena won. It was just one.
That was honest, and I was watching that fight as well.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
And I think that might be the biggest upset in sports I've ever watched live. To be honest.
Yeah.
Because I remember someone, and they put a big better put this bet on.
Yeah,
someone put 300K.
330 grand.
To make what? 330 back?
Yeah, it was something like 30 grand profit, yeah.
That guy probably thought, it's in the bag.
And also the first round, I mean, Pena slipped, and she had her on the in mount, but Pena did do well, but the odds got even longer as well.
Yeah. So
she started at about 8 to 1.
Man, I can't even.
And then I think the second round she was about 12 to 1 favorite kind of thing.
That's what I mean about fighting.
And then she
you can be so in control, and then you just get submitted by. Do you know what I mean?
Exactly.
That was nuts.
I was so happy that she won.
But it will be good to see if Kayla and Nunes go. It will be two beasts.
Even if Pena won, I wouldn't mind seeing a Pena Nunes trip. Well, actually, I don't know. The second fight was not competitive. That
wasn't.
But I wouldn't mind seeing them settle the score.
I guess, yeah. But yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, Harrison Nunes would be great. And to be honest, they could even do that at 135 or 145 to make it easier for both of them. Yeah. Yeah, I think that'd be good.
Yeah, true. Is there anything else going on with the women's at the moment?
I'm trying to think. 115, I think. Does Zhang Weili have a fight booked?
She ain't active at all.
I know they got they got an event in China in like a month or two.
Oh.
But I don't think she has a fight booked. Who else is at the top of 115? Rose isn't in the division anymore. Tatiana Suarez is always injured.
The other Chinese fighter?
Well, she just beat her.
Yeah, she just beat her. Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, not Mackenzie Dern, not Andrade. Andrade just lost to somebody good, another Brazilian. Can't remember her name. I think it was Silva. But I think it was Karine Silva. But apart from that, I don't think there's much going on at 115 at the moment. Yeah, that's why my favorite female fighter of all time was Joanna Jędrzejczyk.
Yeah,
she was so excited. Every fight she never had a boring fight.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that first fight with Zhang Weili was just.
That's probably my favorite. I mean, that's definitely my top 3 favorite fights ever.
I think that's one. Yeah, I think that might be the best fight. Not because I actually fell asleep for that one watching it live, but that's one of the best fights I think I've ever seen. Like actually watched. Like, it's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
And I think Joanna won that one as well. It was close, but I actually think Joanna won.
Can you imagine losing one that close though?
Yeah, it must be devastating.
At the end of a fight, obviously, when you're watching it, it's a bit different, I imagine. But like, if you're in the fight, you're probably only really remembering the things that you landed. So I feel like, even if it's kind of clear, you feel like you won. Fighters do that all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Whereas if you actually could have won from a neutral perspective and to lose, that must feel.
But if it's a split decision, like a fight like that was so close.
Yeah.
If you told me, I think Zhang Weili won.
To lose a split decision must be nuts, man. Like mentally, I couldn't even get my head around.
Yeah, to think
like I won in your eyes, but not your. Like that would be crazy to me.
For most fighters, if you lose, obviously you get half your pay. So
true, yeah.
It's like, wow. Do you know what I mean? So it's just the winning and losing because of one person.
It's like going into a restaurant, you pay the full price and get half a meal.
From two people's opinion, it can completely.
Literally, and if maybe one other judge out there in the world was sat there on the day like that, you could have won.
Exactly, but that's why you.
And then in your path in your career, your next fight could have been this and that. That's why it's just.
And it's mad, and that's also why. Well, I say it's easy for me to say, but that's why it's important to finish fights or completely dominate someone.
And that's again another unique thing about fighting compared to like sports with balls and nets and stuff, because like. there's points.
Yeah,
Whereas,
but also though in football, you also see people say like if their team drew or lost like a smash and grab, they'll be like, oh well, we if we scored that goal or if we done this or
yeah,
if we had taken that chance or if we got that penalty kind of thing.
yeah,
Because the referee's decision in football or
that's
whatever,
true. I mean,
a
that's a
foul
judge.
or a free
Yeah,
kick or VAR
yeah,
or offside, whatever it might be, it can all be down to that out
that's
of your
true.
hands
Yeah,
kind of thing.
yeah.
But yeah, it's true. That's why you do need to dominate or finish, so you can't really.
Especially in title fights, I feel like.
What
Like
do you
people,
mean?
like with people always say that to say take a belt off someone, you have to beat them
Yeah, I
convincingly.
don't. Oh,
I
yeah.
don't really like
No,
that.
no. What people say is, to be the champion, you got to beat the champion. But
Yeah,
I
but
don't.
I
I
mean,
don't
like,
like that
but
because
then people say that
that's not how it's
sometimes
scored.
when it's a little bit ambiguous and people aren't sure, I feel like people just lean towards whoever
I
is
know,
already
but that's
champ.
so stupid because for me,
Don't know
it's
why.
like you might not. Or if you win more rounds than your opponent, you deserve to win. It's
Yeah,
not
yeah,
about
yeah.
who's the like when they say what you got to beat the champion to be the champion. I don't agree with that. It's just who won the most rounds.
Yeah, it
in
should be
that
just
fight.
be objective, like the same as any fight.
Did
But
you win 3 rounds out of
when
5?
people just said to lean towards a champ for
Yeah,
some
because I
reason.
mean, if you look at say I don't know Bilal Muhammad when he fought Leon Edwards,
Yeah,
he obviously fought the champion. He didn't get a finish, but he dominated him.
yeah,
I think he probably won 4 out of 5 rounds, kind of thing.
yeah,
And I think that's fine. That's how it should be done. If he deserved to win because he won more rounds than the champion. Do you know what I mean? So that's how it should be, in my opinion.
mm.
But it just winds me when people say, "Oh, you need to do
Yeah,
this
do
and
it
do that."
convincingly. Yeah,
No, you need to do it convincingly, but you don't have to finish the champion. If you
yeah,
dominate
yeah,
them, it doesn't
yeah,
matter.
yeah.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah. But Bilal Muhammad, funnily enough, he's cornering
I saw, yeah,
Pena
I saw him
tomorrow.
embedded.
Yeah, because I mean they're teammates, aren't they? So
Mm.
like I think he's from Chicago
Yeah.
and she trains in Chicago.
Wait, so for Bilal, is it Shavkat with the next title shot?
Probably, yeah.
Oof.
I think Bilal is saying he doesn't care. He'll just fight whoever's. He said I'll fight anyone.
Can you imagine that
he
you
was
win a
saying,
belt and Shavkat comes your way? Oh
but
man,
I don't know. I think Bilal might be Shavkat, to be honest.
really?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, Shavkat is great, but I think he's amazing actually. But Bilal, I'm not jumping on the hype train because of Bilal, because I think out of all of the top welterweights, whether it's Ian Gary or Leon Edwards he's the most basic one.
Yeah.
But he does the basics so well that he always dominates. So if you look at actually the last Leon Edwards fight, he was losing badly. Like I think if that fight had gone on any longer, he would have finished him. He would have finished Bilal. However, since then, he just dominates every fight. Like he dominates everyone, sort of thing.
Mm.
And I just think Shavkat is amazing. But who would you say the best person Shavkat's fought? What, Wonderboy?
True, yeah.
Wonderboy and Jeff Neal, who are very good
Obviously
as well.
and also not great matchups for him as well. Like
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, but it's on the other hand, you can say, well, Jeff Neal was the last guy to knock out Bilal Muhammad. But then at the same time,
it doesn't really work like that, does it?
Bilal Muhammad dominated Wonderboy, and he dominated he dominated a lot of these guys as well. I just think, I don't know. Whereas it's funny how matchups work. I think I would be more confident about Ian Gary beating Bilal than I think Shavkat beating Bilal. But then if Ian Gary fought Shavkat, I think I would favour Shavkat.
Yeah, that's what I mean about fights. There's no like objective. Oh, he beat him, so he beats everyone.
Yeah, it's not. There's no MMA math, as they say, doesn't work. So
yeah.
I think, yeah, I don't know. It's going to be close, but I think if Shavkat and Bilal fight, I'm gonna bet on Bilal.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think he just wanted it so badly. I think not that I don't think Leon Edwards took Bilal seriously, because I think he did, but I think that Bilal he was so prepared, whereas Leon just looked sort of tired and sluggish, and Bilal cut no corners. But then
I remember like the time zone thing.
Yeah, but Bilal still had to do. Bilal had to go to a different country and do that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but he was in the time zone though, wasn't he?
I know, but he still had to go into enemy territory. And he dominated him. And also, like I said, they fought the first time. Everyone was saying, "Oh, if that fight had carried on, you would have got knocked out and this and that." He went into his own backyard and he dominated him. So
fair enough.
For me, I don't know. No, I think, and also winning the championship, I think they always say it can help you go up a level or two, kind of thing. Maybe. And I think that Bilal is, if you listen to him speak, like interviews before and after, I just think he's so prepared. So we'll see. But it's gonna be interesting. I would like to see that fight before the end of the year though, but don't know when that's gonna be, to be honest. 'Cause I think they've got a lot of. I mean, Jones and Stipe are fighting in November, but I guess I could add it to that. But that's next month.
Finally, that's come around, man. It feels like it's. Obviously,
It's been a year.
It was
Well,
booked before, but I feel like
it's been 1 year.
God, I feel like I've been waiting for. Do you know what that kind of reminds me of in terms of waiting? I remember like when Usman Covington 2 was booked, and it just felt like it was ages away. Like it was.
Really?
I remember when like they booked it. It was a while. Obviously, they announced it. It was like the normal time frame. I just remember like it felt like forever waiting
Really?
for it.
I don't remember that because I remember he beat Masvidal in April, and then he fought Covington in November. It wasn't that long. It was only like 6 months.
Yeah, but I don't know.
And they didn't book it straight away. I think they booked it probably in like the summer.
It felt like I just remember thinking like, wow, like because obviously number 1 was unreal. I just think that's
that was such a great fight.
Just so excited for. I just felt like.
Well, Bilal. It's funny you talk about Usman. Bilal was like, I want to fight Usman as well for legacy. I know he's lost 3 in a row, but he was thinking if I could.
Yeah, maybe one more win will bring him back.
I think if Usman fought, but I don't know who's Usman going to fight. Maybe Jack Della Maddalena.
Potentially, I don't know. Like, yeah, with Usman it's hard because.
Or maybe Buckley if he beats Wonderboy this weekend.
Yeah, who do you think wins that one?
I'm probably gonna have to go Buckley.
I'll go Buckley.
Yeah, I've always been a fan of Buckley as well.
I mean, Buckley.
Wonderboy's declining. Obviously, he's old.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, Buckley has my favorite knockout ever. I think that's the
greatest knockout in UFC. Well, it's hard to say. I think it's between that and Masvidal's knee.
I guess you bring in Max's one now as well. Is that up there?
No, in terms of like
popularity.
In terms of
I don't actually think it's like the best knockout.
It's not the best knockout, but in terms of
think so.
I would say that's the best. Like, oh wow, that with Leon Edwards. I'd say that's the best. But then saying that, Leon Edwards' head kick was so perfect. And the way that Usman didn't even move after. For me, I'm talking about, when I say the best knockout.
Skill.
No, I don't necessarily mean skill. I mean, in terms of, wow, like that was unbelievable to see. In terms of, it's different to Max Holloway's one, because Max Holloway's one was, oh my God, this moment is huge.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like, the actual knockout wasn't,
They kind of just.
It's a bit of both between technique and say, oh my God, I can't believe that just happened. And that's why I say Masvidal's one, he planned it perfectly. He knew that Ben Askren was going to sort of go in a sort of single leg position.
Yeah.
And he planned it. And it was the quickest knockout in UFC history. I think it was. But then Buckley's one was unbelievable because I've never seen anything like that yet.
That is nuts.
I've never seen anything like Masvidal's one either. So
that's true. But I mean, to even think about like someone's caught my leg. And to like pivot on it is nuts. And
also Impa Kansagane, who he knocked out, is a great fighter. He's now a champion in PFL. He was the champion. He won the belt last year. So it's not like he's a bum. He's a very good fighter as well. So yeah, that it's between those two in my opinion. And I'd probably maybe put Leon's one third. But that's kind of like a lot of recency. There's a lot of knockouts that have been great that I'm forgetting or can't remember off the top of my head.
Like I really like. I mean, one that just sort of sprung to mind, Sanhagen on.
Oh, on Frankie Edgar.
Frankie Edgar.
Yeah, that one was great. That one was great.
Like there's just gonna be so many that.
Yeah, there's almost too many to.
I feel like almost every top 5 fighter has one. I feel like, you know what I mean, or most top fighters. You know what I mean? Or it's just there's just so many of them.
There's too many to sort of say, oh, this one's the best or that one's the best. Yeah.
But I do love Joaquin Buckley. That's always one
that was incredible.
Every time I see it on my feed, I watch it.
Yeah,
you know
me too. It was brilliant. But yeah,
I saw that before I even watched UFC.
Yeah, that was in lockdown 2020. I remember this because I remember it was on a card. I can't remember what event it was on, but I remember being in bed. I was gonna watch the last 3 fights of the prelims. I woke up and then I saw everyone go, oh my God, this knockout was insane. Went downstairs and watched it, and I was like, oh wow, that was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But yeah, Buckley's a beast. And I like that. I think since he's gone down to 170, he's been incredible.
Yeah, wait. So what's his run at the moment at 170?
He beat. I can't pronounce his name. This guy from Uzbekistan. He beat Vicente Luque earlier this year as well.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember who else he's beaten. But he's been rolling for everybody at 170. So I think this weight division.
He's such a big guy.
Yeah, but I think he was a bit too small for 185 in terms of.
Yeah, he does. I mean, yeah, he looks like a big 170 guy. Like not like.
I don't mean in terms of like weight and mass or whatever and power. I just mean the guys are just bigger than him.
Yeah.
I think 170 is perfect for him, and also he doesn't look his body and his sort of stature doesn't actually look any different at 170. He looks
Yeah,
exactly the same.
yeah.
Similar to Kevin Holland, but he has it the other way. I think he's a bit too small for 185.
Yeah.
But he's good for 170 because he's tall.
Yeah,
And
because he's got that frame. Yeah,
but
like
then there
he's
are
quite,
guys at
got that
170
length.
who are smaller than him, but they're more physically stronger than him.
Yeah, yeah.
So, yeah, it's a bit of a strange one.
I saw in the embedded them two arguing in the hotel because they've actually. I didn't
I
realize
didn't see that. Yeah, they fought.
Didn't realize they've actually got like beef.
Kevin Holland knocked him out, didn't he?
Yeah, but I didn't realize they had beef though.
Oh well, they've all just. I didn't see that on embedded. I need to watch that again.
There's like basically he's like Joaquin Buckley's sitting in the lobby, and like Kevin Holland's literally one level above, looking over like the mezzanine or whatever.
Yeah.
And they're just chatting. They're just talking at each other.
Okay, yeah. I didn't see that.
And then they said something like, and Joaquin Buckley said, but they're talking about what they would do to each other in a fight. Joaquin Buckley said, I would like shoot on you. Something like that. It was quite funny.
Yeah, I'd like to see if Kevin, I was saying Kevin Holland's he's fighting at 185 tomorrow. But it'd be good. I've liked him at that's another one. Kevin Holland at 170 has been so much better.
Oh, he's great. Like I remember he said like, oh, I enjoyed eating cookies or something. It was quite funny.
He's a skinny guy anyway.
Yeah, like he likes snacking, and that's why he was in a high weight class time. But nah, he's so much better.
He's much because I think the guys at 185 are bigger and they're just stronger, and
they're the same size as him. Like, yeah, you know what I mean. Well, like even bigger than him, yeah.
And also the guys at 185. But saying it though, there's less wrestlers at 185, but there are guys that can easily hold him down. Like when he fought Marvin Vettori on short night, Vettori can wrestle. He's a good grappler, but he just held him down for 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Because he's just physically bigger and stronger than him.
Yeah.
Whereas, say, a Vettori wouldn't do that to somebody like when he fought Costa. He couldn't just he couldn't just hold it, or he couldn't do that to a Strickland or whatever.
Yeah, he's too
I just think he's a bit too, not small, but not physically as strong as these guys. So that's why I like Kevin Holland at 170. 100%.
Yeah, that'd be good.
Yeah, that would be. I would love to see that rematch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty exciting for this weekend.
I think there's going to be I'm trying to think. There's another big one in 2 weeks where it's Topuria. No, is the main event? No, the main event in that one. It's is it Topuria? Yeah, it's Topuria Holloway.
Is that 2 weeks away?
Yeah, it's in Abu Dhabi.
No way.
It's in Abu Dhabi, so it's out on our time as well.
You know what? Yeah.
I just don't know if I'm working yet.
I've seen him gain a bit of like a reputation. People don't really like him, but I like Topuria, man.
Oh, I like Topuria, but he does say stuff that does rattle people sometimes.
Yeah, I love that. I like a champion that's just like, yeah, I'm the best.
Well, he was saying that before.
I like a villain. Yeah, like I like a villain. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all good. Like the thing is, like he does respect people. Like he respects Max's like game
and Volkanovski as well.
But he still will say, "I'm better than you guys." Like I will be. You know what I mean?
He thinks he can knock them all out.
I like that about him, and I think personally, I actually think he'll beat Max as well. But I think I think he'll go to decision. I just think. It's not exactly groundbreaking to say that a Max fight goes to decision because he's never been knocked down, has he? But
I think he did. I know they didn't give it as a stat, but
okay, fine. But still, you know what I mean, though. Like it's hard to put him away. I think that would be.
I think he's only been finished once.
That would be like a masterclass, like boxing fight, well, MMA fight. You know what I mean? But still, that would be unreal.
Yeah, I think Topuria is a slight favourite.
I think that guy is a perfect size featherweight.
He is. Yeah, but he can fight. I think he can fight a lightweight as well.
How tall is he? 5'8"?
He's like 5'7". He's 5'7".
Bit short.
No, I don't know. I don't know if I agree.
You've got like 5'11" lightweight.
Yeah, but it's not just about that.
I know, but like, come on.
Look at for example, I know he lost the fight, but for example, Volkanovski's 5'6".
Yeah.
When he went out to lightweight and fought Islam,
because
he is that good.
Yeah.
It was like, oh my god. Do you know what I mean?
True.
I think Ilya is amazing, and I think he could easily fight at 155. I think he could beat most of the guys at 150. I wouldn't. Okay, if he fought Islam, I'd favour Islam, but I think he could beat. Who's the next best guy? If he, for example, Arman Sarukian.
Oh yeah,
is the same size as him.
Yeah,
but he's big. He's thicker. He's bigger. But they're the same height. Or Sarukian might be 5'8". Sarukian's actually short for a lightweight. But
yeah,
for me,
I can't wait to see Arman again as well.
So, he's fighting He's fighting in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's fighting. Who is he fighting? No, he's not. Sorry, I've got that wrong. He's not fighting. Oh. He's waiting for the title shot. My bad.
I was gonna say because the point of him not fighting in ages is because of that.
Yeah, sorry, they were meant to fight on that card. That was it.
And then
but Islam's out at the moment because he's injured.
Yeah.
Yeah, but then you got Hamzat versus Whittaker. That's it. Hamzat versus Whittaker in 2 weeks. So
I don't know who's gonna win that. That's a very hard fight to call.
I have no idea. You shouldn't really ever bet against like Dagestanis or Chechens, but Whittaker is so good. But then Whittaker has been finished before, and he has lost fights before.
Yeah.
So, but then saying that, Hamzat is great. I think Hamzat is one of the most talented fighters in the UFC, but he does gas, and also
He's so gung ho, isn't it?
Yeah, and also when he has fought better competition, he has not shown weaknesses. Well, yeah, so he's shown weaknesses. When he fought Gilbert Burns,
he did tire
he won that fight in my opinion. But it was close,
got touched.
and he got hurt a lot.
He got touched
When he fought Usman, who took it on a week's notice.
That wasn't as clear cut.
Exactly, and it was like,
couldn't hold him down the whole fight as well.
I know. Well, to be fair, Usman's a D1 All-American wrestler, but yeah, I know what you're saying. So how will he look against Robert Whittaker, who is arguably top 3 middleweights of all time?
He's bigger than these guys. I mean, he's bigger. He's naturally. Actually, is he the same size as Usman?
Who?
Is Whittaker? And they're both 6 foot, aren't they?
They're both, yeah.
And they're both quite thick.
They're both quite thick.
But then
I'd say maybe
Usman's probably a bit.
Usman's more muscular,
stronger, probably.
It's
quite close.
They're about the same.
The thing is, Whittaker's been at 170 as well. But either way,
they're about the same, I'd say, but they're just different.
I just think that that is going to be an unreal fight.
I don't think the wrestling is going to be a problem. And also, Whittaker is a great wrestler as well.
Yeah.
And he fights 5 rounds all the time. He's never in a 3 round. I think he fought 3 rounds against Costa, but apart from that, his fights are pretty much always 5 rounders.
Yeah.
And he's fought everybody. He's fought Yoel Romero, who's like an Olympic wrestler. He's fought the best guys at 185. He's fought Adesanya twice. He's fought everyone. So, I don't know. It's gonna be very good, but I don't know, man. I'm just gonna enjoy that one. I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a great fight though. And then you got Magomed Ankalaev is fighting Rakic.
I feel like that guy, every time I hear about him about to fight, it doesn't happen for some reason.
Who was his last fight?
Does he pull out? Does he get injured or like?
He does sometimes.
Is he not very active? I don't. That's one guy I don't really know much about.
He knocked out Johnny Walker at the start of the year.
Okay.
He knocked him out cold.
Oh yeah, because didn't they fight and then it was like a
so they fought. They had a weird ending. Again. It was in Abu Dhabi. Then they had the weird ending that they fought in January.
Yeah, but then they fought.
Magomed knocked him out, and then I don't think he has fought since then. I think he was due to fight in the summer against maybe, I don't know. Because personally, I think he should have got the title shot next. I think he should be fighting Pereira this weekend, in my opinion. And I don't think Pereira's ducking him or anything, but I think the UFC is probably thinking, well...
I think they are giving Pereira a slightly good matchup.
They are, but at the same time, it's kind of like, they're probably looking at it from a business point of view. Well, no one really cares about Ankalaev. And do you know what I mean? It's just, they're probably thinking, well, we could just not give Pereira a gimme, but they're probably thinking, well, this is more exciting. More people would rather watch this than that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so, I don't know.
So it'll be good. But either way, I mean...
What do you think for DDP versus Strickland, the rematch? I know they haven't booked it officially, but...
I think Duplessis, I reckon he's a guy that, like...
I think he's the guy right now.
Unless you're a master, strategist, yeah. I think he's a guy that, no matter how many times you fight him, I don't think it gets any sort of easier. I don't think he's a guy you can work out because he's just so awkward.
But I think that's the same with Strickland. Strickland's so awkward as well. That's
no,
why
but I think Duplessis, I think he's better.
Listen.
As in, I would be kind of semi-confident that, I could pick Duplessis to win.
I know,
but
you know what I mean? I'm saying that first. I mean, I think Duplessis won. But Strickland, everyone says he's the most awkward person to fight. It's very, very hard to fight.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Even, look at Adesanya, who's a master strategist or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's one of the best ever, but he just he didn't know what to do kind of thing.
But out of the two, I reckon that Duplessis would, maybe, I feel like he's a bit more intelligent as a fighter. I think he'll work it out quicker than Sean does, if that makes sense.
Okay.
If they were to fight 10 times, I think it would be maybe 6-4.
But that first fight was, even though I thought Duplessis rightly won, it was, again, similar to the Joanna and Weili fight. It was so close. Everyone was split on it kind of thing. I think Duplessis won. But most people think Sean Strickland won. So, and I think the next fight will be exactly the same, to be honest. It's just going to be... It was so close, in my opinion. But I just think Duplessis just seems so confident at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, he's
and he's always been like that, to be fair. He made his debut in 2020. He's always been like how confident he is, kind of thing. But I don't know. I just, like I said, I just want to see the best man win when it comes to fights like that.
Yeah.
I don't know who's going to win, but...
And plus, the division would still be quite interesting no matter what. I mean, they'd both be quite interesting champions.
I wonder who he's going to fight next. Because he's on. I was listening to his episode on Joe Rogan today. He said he wants to fight this year. But I'm trying to think who else is in the top sort of 5 that he would fight. I guess maybe he'll wait for Whitaker, maybe Hamzat, maybe the winner of that.
Ooh,
Well, or
jeez.
maybe if Hamzat wins, he'll fight Hamzat. I don't know. Or maybe who else is there at the top of 85? Because he's beaten everyone, so it's a bit like
Yeah, he did clean it
I
out
don't want
when
to
he
see
was.
him fight, say Costa or Vittori or
To be honest, I don't.
Cannonier.
Yeah,
To be honest,
yeah.
or even Imavov, because it's just like I'm not really that interested about seeing him fight Imavov kind of thing. Don't know. It would have been it would have been cool if he had won and then he fought Pereira again at 205.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
That would
yeah.
have been fun.
But I know Izzy don't want to fight Pereira again.
I think he would though. I think he said he would. I think he
Would
was
he?
saying he would. He's not going out of his way to, but I think he said he would fight him again.
That's the thing with Izzy. Like the way I've heard him talk about it. He kind of says like, from him, it sounds like he's moved, like he's done.
Yeah, no, he did. He did say like in that episode of Joe Rogan.
I don't blame him.
He was literally saying, "Oh, well, people say I'm 3-1 or whatever or 2-1 in the UFC," but he's kind of just like, "I'm not gonna fight him again just to chase him." So, then it's best of 7, best of 9.
So maybe it would be if they cross paths. I think he would do it. Then
Yeah,
enough,
I think
fair enough.
for now it's done, but it's just a lot. I mean, a lot of people would love to see that fight again, myself included, kind of thing.
Yeah.
And what he was saying is true. Like his brother was saying to him, "You're like the only one in the UFC that's gone sort of." Say, obviously, he's gone to a couple of decisions, but everyone else that he's beat has sort of just been knocked out by him.
Yeah.
Brutally, kind of within a round or two, where you've actually gone.
And he
rounds.
was winning the fight.
Yeah, he was. He was winning the fight.
fight.
And that's why I think it's so impressive to watch him sort of those fights. That's why I think those fights are so interesting. And I would have loved to have seen it at 205 where Pereira's not killing himself to make the weight. And also Adesanya is bigger now. Like, he's bigger.
Yeah.
Like, he's filled out as well. And he can
Yeah, because he took time off. Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's another thing about fighting that I really like is when you've got rematches and trilogies, like mentally for the athlete, imagine, okay, say like you play for a team and then you play that same team in like a second leg or whatever. It's like you got the same players around, but like you can move in different areas of like say if a football pitch, you move different areas of the pitch, you can get the ball, someone else can be in front of you, and then like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas with a fight, it's like it's exactly the same guy in front of you, and you just have to get through. You have to go. You can't go around it. You can't go against someone else. It's that same guy.
Yeah.
Mentally, that must be nuts to, for an athlete to go through that. To just think, you can't even hide. You can't take an obstacle. You can't like take like a different way around. You just have to go straight at the guy and beat the guy and be the better man.
This gave me a thing. Do you know what I think would be good? If Duplessis beats Strickland, I would like to see a rematch of Strickland Adesanya. That would make more sense, I think.
Have they only fought once?
Yeah, he beat him in Australia.
Oh, well then
last
yeah.
year.
Well then yeah, 100%. Because.
But But if Strickland won, I don't think you could justify doing a title shot.
Nah.
But actually saying that, if Duplessis lost, I wouldn't mind seeing Duplessis Adesanya again. Because I think Adesanya was winning that fight as well.
And that's the thing. Like, whenever Adesanya, he doesn't lose a lot, but whenever he does, it does. I mean. There's no one. I've never seen him lose a fight and think that he couldn't have won. Like he can beat anyone.
Yeah, I've never.
He can beat anyone.
You've never watched him get. I mean, to be fair, Strickland he got dominated. It was.
Yeah, that was a
shutout. I think he lost every round.
But as an Izzy fan, I'm going to say he was really active and
I think it just caught up with him. And it's also it's not an excuse. It's not an excuse. I think Strickland was just better.
On the day, he was better. But I do think, like I say,
even the Jan Blachowicz fight, he was winning the first 2 rounds, and then Jan won the last.
But I always say that, like, if they were to fight 10 times, kind of thing, I always kind of think of that as like a comparison. I just think Izzy would beat almost anyone the majority of times if they kept fighting. I can't really think of anyone he's fought where if they fought 10 times, he wouldn't win most of them.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Even people that beat him, just see what I mean.
Like the Jan Blachowicz
that's what I really like about Izzy. That's what I mean. He's a real strategist.
Yeah, so that's why I want to see him. Actually, yeah, I want to see him fight the loser of that fight.
That's what I'd like. Because luckily, that means he doesn't have to win again to fight as well.
I just don't think they can give him a title shot after losing 2 in a row. That's why
you have to. He has
to be honest, I think the beauty now that Adesanya, in the part of his career, he just needs to win 1 fight and he can fight for a belt again.
That's what I mean. Yeah. He's kind of laid that out for himself.
Yeah, similar to like kind of like McGregor. If he was actually serious in fighting, he could easily just win 1 fight, a top lightweight, and be like, well, I'm back. Yeah. And they could justify giving him a title shot kind of thing.
Yeah.
Whereas I think Adesanya is in a similar position because he draws numbers, and you still know that he's very good.
Yeah, and people care about him enough for him to be
Yeah.
champion. So it's like you would want him
And
in.
like you said, with those fights that he's lost, it's still been it's still been competitive. Do you know what I mean? It's not. It's every fight he's had has been competitive. So yeah.
Yeah,
But I do miss watching him fight.
Yeah, I mean, he was my favorite fighter when he was active.
What do you think AJ should do next?
Obviously he'll do the rematch.
Yeah.
I think.
Do you think that's a good idea, or do you think he should fight someone else?
Okay, again, with boxers, I don't know as many, but I think he should do the. I think he should do the rematch. I think that personally, look, I think Dubois was just much better than him on the night. Whether he's better than him overall, I don't know, but like, I think it was a lot. I think he had a bad performance. I don't think.
Yeah. He just never got started.
Yeah, like to get knocked down in the first round.
Dubois really just.
Dubois just did everything
and then,
right.
And Dubois and not Dubois, sorry, Joshua just never recovered basically.
Yeah, like to get knocked down in the first, you've lost. You can't, you know what I mean? I think literally, I hate to be like all hypothetical, but like on another day, say if Joshua just focused a bit more like in the first round, and you know what I mean, it could have gone differently, kind of thing. I'd still look at that fight as one that could. So I think he should do the rematch.
Do you think he'd win the rematch though?
I can't. I wouldn't be so sure. No, personally, I don't think necessarily he would. I think Dubois is coming up. I mean, he's so young as well. Yeah, I mean, it's not going to get any easier fighting that guy. And then the thing is, I would, as much as I'd love like a Joshua Fury, like
personally,
he has to beat Dubois. And I don't know if he will.
What I would do, what I think is best I think they should just wait, because I think, imagine if, say, Usyk beats Fury again, right? So that means Usyk would have beaten AJ, Fury, and Dubois, right? He's beating the next three best guys. So what's the point of seeing those fights again? What I think they should do is, let's say Usyk beats Fury, which is in December. I would say, okay, let's do AJ versus Fury. Yeah, and then whoever wins that fights Usyk again, or Usyk fights Dubois. And they
I
should.
think that's more likely.
If Fury loses, they should just do Fury AJ. What's the point of seeing AJ Dubois again? Because I think it'd be a shame if we never got to see AJ versus Fury.
That's what I mean for British boxing.
Yeah, and also as well, if AJ beats Fury, he'd be like, well, I can definitely beat Dubois. I know I can beat Dubois.
Yeah.
And I know I can beat Usyk if I can beat. So I just think that's what they should do. But like you said, they probably will do what you said. I think they'll do a rematch for. Well, obviously we know they're going to do the Usyk Fury.
They're going to do the rematch. Pray to God that AJ wins so he can fight Fury without anyone questioning it, basically.
No, but I don't think if Fury lost to Usyk again, no one would be like, oh well, who wants to watch AJ Fury? Everyone would watch it. Do you know what I mean?
True.
Everyone would watch it. Whereas if for example, Fury loses to Usyk and then
AJ
loses to Dubois. Sorry, it'd be like, well, no, who wants to see Fury AJ fight again? He's just lost it again. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whereas,
it's a hard one, man. But
and then even then, it'd be like, well, if Dubois fights Fury, it'd be like, well, is Fury the same? What's the point? And then it'd be like, well, Usyk's beaten Dubois, even though I think Dubois won. It'd be like, well, who wants to see that kind of thing? But we'll see.
That's what I mean. I mean, I'm rooting for AJ because, like I said, I'd prefer to see him against Fury. But
yeah, me too.
We'll see.
But I like Dubois as well.
The thing is, if AJ loses the next one,
it's almost like, yeah, he's done. Or I wouldn't mind watching him fight maybe Wilder, because I don't think Wilder's retired.
Oh, if he's still active, then yeah.
Yeah, but apart from that, or maybe I wouldn't mind seeing him fight like a Zhilei Zhang or a Joseph Parker rematch. These are all top heavyweights, and it could be like a good way for him to be like, okay, I can beat these guys.
Yeah.
I'm still at the top of the division, I'm still better than the other guys who are like slightly below me. But even him against Wilder, I'd love to see, to be honest. That'd be great. But will it happen? I don't know.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah. But, yeah, sorry, go on.
Last time I was on here, I think it might have been... Did the football season start when I was on here?
It might have just started or it was about to
even
start.
though since then, like, the new Champions League format is...
I completely forgot that. I've watched videos on it. I sort of get it. But I didn't... So I know the top 8 teams go through and then the bottom 16 have to do like a playoff against each other.
Yeah.
So that's... To be honest, I'm not really going to pay proper attention until the knockouts of it. It's just too confusing, in my opinion. But it does. But so far, the games have been good.
Yeah, I mean that's like a good thing because I feel like obviously they want more games because it's more money, obviously. But like, I don't think it's affected the quality of football.
No,
the
I don't
games
think
that
so,
I've
no.
seen, because I'll still watch games where teams that I'm not too much like into. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Honestly, still
But
Champions League football.
I do think though that, say for example, a team like Liverpool who have won the first two, how many teams in this?
You play 4 opponents instead of 3 now.
Okay, so there's 8 games. There's 8 games in this group stage or league table or whatever it is. So for example, if there's 8 games, that means there's 24 points available, which means let's just say if you was to win half of your games and lose half of your games, you would get 12 points, which means realistically if you get at least 14 15 points, you're through. So let's just say a team like Liverpool win the first 4, draw 1, lose 1, and then win another, they're through already, sort of thing. And then once it gets to like game 5, and the teams that are right at the top, it's kind of over.
True,
those teams at the top.
That is.
But I guess the teams at the bottom are still in it, sort of thing. But
well, I mean, like I say, we got to see a season of it and then see what everyone kind of.
Well, it's not going to change back, so I mean, it is what it is.
But like, I'd like to see a season of it and then see how I feel about like the format. Obviously, no one really likes.
But there's been upsets though. Like, I mean, obviously Bayern lost to Villa, and then I think that's Ben.
Ben's
do you want to go and get him quickly? I'll say
sure.
Just all the doors are open, so it's all good. Yeah, so I think our second guest is here. So I'm just holding the fort down whilst it's just me. I mean, to be honest, my voice needs a little bit of a break because
long time.
Like, it's been a lot of talking. You know what I mean? So luckily I always bring my water. Funnily enough, when I done my first show, I actually done it by myself, no guests for 2 hours. Is that Ben?
Yeah, he's downstairs.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, you don't have your phone, do you? That clock there is like not right.
Oh, is it not?
Yeah, I was about to get up in a second and check. Let me check the time. 1 second. Oh, he's early. Yeah, it's still 10 to 9. You alright, kid? Yeah. This has been a riveting conversation.
Always is.
So yeah, let me get the. But yeah, what was we talking about before? Champions League format. I mean, it is woke, but it's kind of good.
Yeah, utter woke nonsense.
No, yeah, it is, but it is good, I think. But I think, like I was saying, once it gets to like game week 4 or 5, the teams that have won every game.
To be honest, the Champions League, what makes it is this knockout stage, and at least that is the same. Do you know what I mean? You know, like once you get to the 16.
Yeah, but do you know what I kind of also as well? I didn't realize the teams that are in the Champions League that don't go out, they won't be going into the Europa League.
Oh yeah, there's too many of them.
Because I think the Europa League and the Conference League have the exact same format for their games as well.
It's just so much football throughout the week now, isn't it?
Yeah, but it's actually not that many more games. It's only 2 more games. And I guess if you're going to the playoff game, it's 3 more games. So it's actually not that many more games, to be honest. But I'm not really that bothered, to be honest. I think, yeah, like you said, once it gets to knockout rounds, then I'll be like more interested, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I do feel like this year it kind of lends itself to like, you know, it could be a weird winner or.
Oh yeah, that would be so good.
Like Madrid lost their second game. I don't know. Do you
know what though? I was thinking about Madrid. I feel like them getting Mbappe is just kind of.
I don't think it's that good either.
No, not that I don't. I love Mbappe, but I just think the balance of the team.
Yeah, like I said, look, I love Mbappe. He's my favourite footballer. But like him going there, like that's what I mean about him going there. They literally won it without, like, they don't need him to win anything.
To be fair, I don't watch La Liga, so I can't.
But like,
really
what
say.
I mean is, they don't need him to win anything.
But people say that though. But when Ronaldo joined, I'm not saying Mbappe is as good as Ronaldo. When he joined Real Madrid, even though they weren't the best team when he joined, everyone was kind of like, well, he ruins the balance because they've already got all these other great players, and then eventually he becomes the main man. So in a year or so, I mean, they've signed him for however many years. In a year or 2, it might be like, wow, it's so glad that we bought him. But
there's some players in there that I know, like, you know, what kind of is a shame for me. I mean, I've seen him play, but like guys like Rodrigo who are just still
he's class.
That they're just kind of slowly getting shifted.
Yeah, because they're playing like, I mean, I don't watch Real Madrid, so I don't know, but I think they're playing Endrick quite a lot as well, which I'm a bit surprised about.
Endrick, I like him, yeah, but I don't know.
A bit young, I think.
He's a bit young, and I don't love him, to be honest. I don't want to be that
I've
guy.
never watched him really play.
I don't want to be that guy, but I don't think he's gonna be anywhere near as big as people make it out to be. Someone like Yamal will be way better than him. Like,
But it's too early to say.
no, but I feel like you can kind of tell.
No, I don't think you can tell with... How old is Hendrick? 17?
17.
You can't tell with a 17-year-old, 18-year-old. In most of the time, I like to say.
No, like that kid, there's that kid, Esteval, that Chelsea signed for next year. He looks better than Hendrick.
Yeah, but you can't say
Like,
that.
but yeah, look, I know it's early, but I'm just putting it out there now.
I know that he might be, but what I'm saying is, none of them. I know Yamal's had a great Euros and he plays for Barcelona regularly, but in 2-3 years' time, it could be completely different. Look at Dele Alli. Everyone said, Dele Alli, he's going to be the next Gerrard or the next Lampard, and then 2 or 3 years he falls off, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it can change so quickly.
Yeah, it's true. Anything can happen. Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it's too early to say, to be honest. I mean, I don't watch La Liga anymore, so
Yeah, I don't watch the Liga. No one does.
it's not. I don't think it's not on Sky anymore. So
Yeah. And without
and also,
Ronaldo,
without
Messi,
Ronaldo and Messi, it's just like
Who
who
cares?
cares about?
You know what I mean?
And also, Real Madrid win. I know they've only won the last 2 leagues in a row, but I feel like they win everything as well. And it's just like, who wants to? Do you know what I mean? I liked it. Even when Barcelona won most of the time, it was still
I think
Barcelona and Real Madrid were on the same level.
I think Barca won 2023, but still, yeah.
Yeah, no. So Xavi won it as manager, didn't he?
Yeah, 2023. They won.
No, I think it was 2022.
Madrid did doubles. So they did 2020. This year they won the double, League and Champions League. And then 2022, remember that picture of Ancelotti? They done the double that year. didn't they?
Oh, okay, yeah, maybe.
I
You're
think
right.
so.
Yeah. So, but I mean, when it was like when it was like Mourinho versus Pep and those Barca Madrid teams,
Yeah,
I think
it's never going to be the same.
that rivalry was great because they were so evenly matched. I know Barca won
It's never going to be the same.
more,
Most of them, yeah.
but the
still.
Champions League, Real Madrid done better.
Yeah.
So it was still, and the games were so high level kind of thing.
Yeah, it was nuts.
It was just great to watch. Whereas I don't think you already get that anymore.
Yeah. It's just not the same.
Yeah. But Barca, I think they've started well, haven't they?
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
Madrid
they're
is
top,
top
aren't
of
they?
Madrid
They
is
like-
top of the league.
Yeah, I think Madrid have like not won their last 3 games or something, haven't they? I think they like let in a last minute goal to Atletico, and then they lost to Lille.
Oh, they had a whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah, they let in like a goal in the 96th minute, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Obviously, they lost to Lille, which is interesting. So obviously, Ethan Mbappe plays for Lille.
Does he?
Yep.
I didn't know.
He left PSG the same time as Kylian.
I don't know how good he is. I mean, I don't know anything about him.
Centre mid, innit? We'll see how good he is. He's 17. It's so early for him, but I think
he's
he's going to
17
be
as
quite
well.
good. From what I've seen of him, he actually looks like a player.
Right.
Don't know if he's going to be the best player in the world.
Definitely one of the players.
He's definitely one of the players of all time. No doubt.
He's definitely on the roster.
He's involved. He's present.
Yeah, to be honest, I didn't even know that Mbappe's. I thought his brother was like 13 or 14 or something.
It was like the other day.
Yeah.
Very young. Yeah, no, but yeah, no, that's what I mean. Like this format, and yeah, like that's another thing about Champions League. Kind of points out the most of. It always points out how far football's come, like quality-wise, because teams are just so much better, man. Like the teams.
I don't know about this.
I think the teams. No, sorry, the average teams.
Oh,
like
the
team-
average
the
teams are
underdog
better, yeah,
teams
yeah.
are so much
Yeah, they
better
are,
than
they
they
are,
used
they
to
are,
be.
they are.
Like Madrid going to play someone away. That's not just yeah, Madrid. They lost. Like,
But
I
they have
love-
lost games in the Champions
But
League.
what I mean is just it's the under. I mean, just in football. I mean, you mainly see it in international competitions, I would say. But yeah, underdog teams are just so much better than they used to be.
That's another thing as well. You know when they talk about there's more games.
Yeah.
I actually hate when the players are complaining about it
Why?
because they're like, oh, we're so tired. Oh, we're getting injured, but you're earning like 200 grand a week. I'm just sorry. I got no sympathy for you. Like, if they felt that strongly about it, they should retire. Do you know what I mean? Like, I get it. Like, it's hard on their body.
It's
but
just peak for Rodri. I mean,
Yeah,
you
but-
complain about it and done his ACL.
yeah, I know, but I'm not. I mean, I don't want anyone to get injured, but at the same time,
No, I get it. They earn a
you
stupid amount of
earn
money.
you earn more money than
People
anyone's.
work more than yeah.
Yeah, like no one forces you to play football because all of those players they could all retire and still be richer than everybody.
Yeah.
So if it was really that much of a problem, I just hate hearing them complain about it because it's not like they're literally living the dream.
Yeah, like you could retire today.
You could retire and never have to work a day in your life. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I hate them saying, "Oh no, we've got to play another 4 games a year." I'm just like, oh, tough. Do you know what I mean? Just winds me up.
Yeah, no, they are making way way
No,
too
no,
much.
no, no. I'm happy that these guys are getting paid.
No, way too much to be complaining.
Oh
You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean?
They can't complain about being tired. No
Like
way.
there's footballers out there that actually play as much or more than that for like 60k a year, 50k a year
That's still incredible.
in lower
though.
leagues.
That's
But
still
what I mean,
way better than most people.
yeah, but
though.
what I mean is like, and they're on 1 year contracts, so they don't
Yeah,
make
yeah,
anywhere
yeah.
near as much, and so and they obviously got to play it. They got to make sure they get a contract for the next
I
year.
agree,
Otherwise-
yeah,
unless, obviously they retire at the same age, so their career is just as short as theirs, except they don't have like a long-term career.
I
like,
agree, yeah.
So that's what I mean. Like,
That's why it winds me up because I'm just like, you don't
Guys
know
that
how
are
good you
making,
have
like,
it. And if
200
you went
grand
on,
a year.
they were saying, oh, we should all go on strike, but I'm just like,
on strike.
on strike, yeah. I mean, it just winds me up because they're just making so much money, and I'm glad they don't. They deserve that money because it's
obviously
so
do
hard
it.
to be a professional
Yeah,
athlete
yeah.
and a footballer at the top level. Oh, okay, the first hour is done. We're gonna have to go to a break because it's just gone 9 o'clock. Jay, thank you for the first hour. Ben's gonna take over now.
Right.
Sweet. Okay, so we didn't actually get a second hour of this show because when Jay and Ben switched over, Jay actually took the mic home. It was still attached to his coat. So when we went to start the second hour with Ben, we didn't get the second hour. So, but yeah, we know for next time. And yeah, we'll go again. Thank you guys for watching, listening, and yes.